What's going on, guys? So today we're going to talk about MattDoesFitness and if he's natural or not. Now, before I get started with this video, I just want to say that a couple people have already made this video already about him discussing his natural status. We have, Greg Doucette, we have Vegan Gains, we have Kenny KO.
And he gave me several voice messages describing how some of the information I had got wrong. Was it my fault? No!
Hi everyone, today we're here to ask and answer one simple question. Is MattDoesFitness natty or not?
Feel free to correct me in the comments down below. But bro, for someone that says they have average genetics, that doesn't just happen. Especially for someone that's claiming to be natural.
Now, the first one to originally do this was Greg Doucette. Now, I want to get into a couple details that he was talking about because he actually had a separate conversation with MattDoesFitness. I believe it was on Instagram. And basically, MattDoesFitness was talking to him about how he had his last video before his, latest video on him, saying that his last video was, inaccurate and that he got some things wrong. Now, I just want to say that the things that MattDoesFitness said to Greg Doucette on why he's natural, it's absolutely ridiculous. Before I get started, MattDoesFitness has over 400,000 followers on Instagram, and on YouTube he is literally the most popular fitness influencer at the moment. By far the most watched, the most viewed, the most talked about at this very moment. On YouTube, he has over 1 million subscribers. That's a lot of subscribers, bro. Jesus. And he's getting an extreme amount of views. Now, what MattDoesFitness does on his YouTube channel is he basically does challenges, to sum it up for the most part. He'll do fitness challenges like Navy SEAL challenges, Army fitness tests, and stuff like that. And he'll do Instagram poll on asking his fans and his audience to basically tell him what to eat for the day. Today we're talking about his natty status. Now, do I think MattDoesFitness is natural? Do I really think MattDoesFitness is natural? No, I don't think he's natural. Now, he has a video on YouTube, and it is called his 3-year body transformation. Now, and I believe it was his 3-year body transformation. He said that he's gained over 40 pounds of muscle. What the hell, bro? 40 pounds of muscle? Do you know how much muscle that is? Truly, that is an extreme amount. That's probably an amount that a natural can achieve in a lifetime. And not even probably that much, maybe 30, 25, or 30 at most. 30 at most. That is a lot of muscle. So I feel like that was a little exaggerated, but let's say he exaggerated. Let's say it wasn't all muscle. Let's say it was 30 pounds of muscle and the other 10 was just visceral fat, right? So do I think that's achievable? No, that is listen, that is not achievable, okay? And first of all, he did gain a massive amount of muscle. He did. I will give him props for that. He was very skinny in the beginning of his transformation, and then towards the end, yeah, he did achieve a lot of muscle mass, but was it 40 pounds? Hell no, nowhere near that. So don't even say that, please. Now, I want to get into a couple things. Like in Greg Doucette's video, like I said earlier, he had separate conversations with MattDoesFitness, and MattDoesFitness basically gave him a couple reasons on why he is natural. So one of the reasons that he said is, oh, I am not on steroids because if I were, my wife would divorce me. First of all, your wife would definitely not divorce you because, listen, I'm not saying that she's anything of these sorts, but you're making almost, if not that much or more, you're making around $500,000 a year. So that is a lot of money to be making on YouTube and your Gymshark sponsorship. And that's another thing. He's a Gymshark athlete, guys. I don't know if I said that earlier in the video, but I don't really use that too much because I know that Gymshark, they always sponsor people who are obviously not natural, but I don't want to go by that because that really, a sponsorship really doesn't define whether someone is natural or not. But the true thing I want to say is that I really just want to go by true facts here and common sense. Now, I got a couple details to talk about, and it's really going to open your eyes. So, yeah, his wife would divorce him. Your wife would divorce you. Your wife would not divorce you. You have a kid with her, you live together, and you're making a substantial amount of money. So That is some bullshit. He also said that he took a test. He took a test, he posted it on YouTube. So it was basically testing his testosterone levels. It came out, and this is surprising, guys, it actually came out slightly below the average level of testosterone. So basically what it said is that he has slightly less testosterone than the average, you know, normal testosterone levels. But, you know, with all that being said, like, pretty much he has the average testosterone levels. He basically explained in this video that if he, you know, was on steroids, that either his test levels would be 0 and it would be plummeted, or it would be through the roof because it would just show obvious signs. Now, let me tell you something. First of all, he could be on a cycle and hop off, and I don't know, depending on what he took, take that certain amount of time, and then it would go out of his system and he could just take the test. Depending on what he's taking, may have probably dropped his test levels just a little bit, you know. But guys, this is just bullshit. This is like really. And then he also this is another claim that MattDoesFitness made, saying on why he's natural. He said that if I was on steroids, I wouldn't be eating McDonald's and all this garbage. What the fuck does that have to do with anything, bro? That has nothing to do with anything. Really, it's just all a bunch of these excuses, and it's funny because one of his latest videos, he made a joke at the end saying, oh, I'm gonna go take my steroids or whatever, because a bunch of people were claiming that he's not natural, which he isn't. But anyways, yeah, so I don't really think he is natural. I mean, look at his physique. Like, he is very vascular to begin with. He's a very lean guy. Now, genetically, he obviously has a fast metabolism, because if you see his fucking, the way he eats, his diet, like, he's eating garbage. He eats absolute shitty. Like, he eats shitty. One day, he'll fucking eat, look, one day he'll just eat McDonald's, fucking Burger King, like all these places, pizza, like he'll eat all of this junk, and he stays this big, and it's year around. Now, do I think this is achievable naturally? No, I don't think this is achievable naturally, because he's extremely, like, he's pretty big, guys, you know, and it's quite scary. Another reason why I believe he was on steroids is because even Greg Doucette said it. Look at his nipples. Now, this sounds a little bit weird, but guys, if you see his nipples, they're different sizes in like almost every picture. So whether they're photoshopped or he had gyno in one picture, he got gyno surgery in the other, like, they're all different. Now, gynecomastia comes from steroid usage, or at a young age, you know, hitting puberty and you're, you know, at that growing stage, sometimes you will develop gynecomastia. But if not, then you will later on develop it. If you're taking steroids, you will develop it. So it's either that or the other, you know, and he didn't have gynecomastia when he was younger. So with that being said, why would he get gynecomastia 10 years later, or God knows how many years after his teenage years? Like, that makes no sense. So that's a dead giveaway. I'm sorry, that is a dead giveaway. Like I said earlier, he said the first year of his, you know, training, he gained 40 pounds of muscle, which is far from the truth. Also, he said that after, in his total 3 years of training, he gained 60 pounds of muscle. What the fuck? Now, I have to agree with Greg Doucette in one of his points in the video. He said that if you were going to be, especially the way MattDoesFitness looks, you would always be genetically, like, even when you're born, you would always look big, you would look strong, you would just have that athletic look, you know. And in this case, he really never had that. He was always on the skinny side. Now, he was I believe a runner, a sprinter, MattDoesFitness at one point, but he ended up injuring his spine and he couldn't do it anymore. And years later, he just, you know, he started doing powerlifting, and then after that, he just had this bodybuilding physique. Really, he's just doing YouTube as a full-time career, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's making a lot of money, so he really made a good decision. Now, there's so many reasons why he could not expose himself like that and just say if he's taking performance enhancing drugs. And one of the reasons is because if he were to do that, he would lose most likely his Gymshark sponsorship, and that would be pretty fucked, because I know that that is benefiting him a lot. He's making money from it. Now, another reason could just be a family reason, you know. Maybe He doesn't want his kid growing up to see him and you know, to know that he's on performance enhancing drugs, because maybe they'll influence him into taking that, and maybe he wouldn't want that. Obviously, as you could see, in the beginning of his training, he was around 170. Towards the end, about a little bit over 200 pounds. And of course, the weight fluctuation, of course, you can get that in that period of time. But with muscle mass, strictly only muscle mass, I don't know about that, my friend. That just doesn't seem attainable naturally, especially in that short of time. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to say you're not natural. Fake Natty approved. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to discuss this, and you know, I didn't want to get too deep into this. It's not going to be a very long Natty or not video, because you know, everybody's already made a video about this at this point. So it's like, I'm just going to be the same guy talking about the same claims he made, talking about the same suspicions that they have. Like, they already talked about the nibbles, they already talked about the drug test, they talked about it all. So really, I'm just going over this. I really wanted to talk about it, give my opinion on the, you know, whole subject. And yeah, I don't think he's natural. Well, that's my video. Natty or not, MattDoesFitness, fake Natty approved. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We're at 2.1K. Get me to 3K, man. And, you know, I'll appreciate that, dog. And before I go, I just want to say that there's so many people. It's so funny how the internet works. I made an Anthony Mantello Natty or not. Did he compete in his show, in his first show, naturally? And it's funny because I said he was natural, and I gave certain points on why I truly believe he's natural. And just because of that, a lot of people were disliking the video, and there's some people that they were just commenting like, yo, he's a fake Natty, man, and oh, he's a Gymshark athlete, and this and that. And it's like, bro, like, God, fuck. Like, I could just imagine if I said MattDoesFitness was natural, the amount of hate I would get. And once again, it's Kevin Diaz from Crew Aesthetics, and we're out, guys.